Let's
Talk
God,
about some
man.
fire.
Yeah, California, dude, Santa Rosa.
Fire. Mm-mm-mm. Oh my
It's like
god, dude.
Santa Rosa like
Dude.
doesn't exist. It's like it doesn't exist
Oh my
anymore,
god,
dude.
I couldn't the pictures, bro. I've seen pictures all week long. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it devastated the entire it's gone. It's just fucking gone.
It's like it looks worse than like you look at devastations like from Hiroshima and stuff, and there were buildings standing afterwards. It's like it's just flattened. You see some like leftover hubs of cars and stuff, but I mean, there's just
Everything is just horrible. And then,
just
Anaheim
burnt to
Hills
their foundations.
Canyon Fire 2. So there was a fire a couple weeks ago. I put a picture of it on my Instagram. It's called Canyon Fire, and it was over in Anaheim Hills in Corona, right off 241, which is the toll road that I take to go to the beach. And last time I went, in fact, coming home, you could just see how it burned right down to the 91 freeway. And my thought was somebody flicked a fucking cigarette out there and lit that shit on fire, and it happened to be Santa Ana condition, and the wind blew the fucking fire up the hill and started this whole thing on fire. Now they didn't lose a whole lot of houses. I think there were some outbuildings and maybe one or two houses burned on the first time, but it burned for a week or so. They finally got the thing out, and then it started up again last week, man, and it was just out of control. They closed the 241 down. It was so hot that signs had melted. They had to replace the signs where they could open up the road again.
And I just want to clarify, Mike, that was just your thought that it was a cigarette thing. Do we know that? Do we
No,
have,
that's my
do
thought.
they know how it started yet? Sure, sure.
I don't know. I have not heard. That was my thought. But like I said, bro, it was right
Sure.
to the 91 freeway, and
Right, and that's happened so many times in Southern California, and then especially in all the 5-year drought. And I heard it came out I heard somebody talking on the news this week, Mike, that basically all the moisture and rain season and stuff that kind of got caught up from after the drought, like California had good rains this year. Apparently, you had a great winter, whatever,
Yes.
and lots of water, but it's like gone. Like that's been exhausted, is my understanding, and we're sort of back to.
It didn't help. We had a very good rainy season last year, but I mean, come on, dude. One year of decent rains, of even more than enough rain for a season. Oh yeah, we had what? We had you know what I mean? We had more rain than normal. So a higher than normal amount of rain is not going to make up for 5 years of not having enough rain, basically.
And the fact,
but what it did do is it made all the vegetation grow. So, springtime, everything was nice and green. Everything got all nice and grew real pretty. And then, summer came, and it's been, come on, bro, we've talked about it. It's been 100 degrees. It's 90 today, October 18th, and it's 90 in Southern California right now with Santa Ana's. And it was supposed to be cooling off.
And they talked about too, because of the 5-year drought, a lot of the forest died. From
the forest, yes, and the bark beetle came in and ate, killed a bunch of trees, so that doesn't help. Which is probably one of the things you're dealing with up in Santa Rosa. I know that's happened here in Big Bear. Now we haven't had a fire in Big Bear this year, and what's been burning hasn't been forest; it's all been foothills and grassland. But homes burned, and like I said, the freeway burned, and it was we had a fire just over Cajon Pass not that long ago that burned cars on freaking 15, dude. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that. And I also want to say real quick, if people want to go on to our Facebook page, a pinned post on our Facebook page is a link that you can go to donate. It's it was a North Bay IWW fellow workers up there set it up to raise funds to help with the disaster relief in all these. It's not just Santa Rosa. There's like just numerous communities in Northern California that are just beyond devastated, man. I mean, on the heels of, but anyway, so please go on to our page. It's the pinned post. It's right at the top of our page on Facebook, and you can click on it and do what you can to donate if you can. And but Michael, it's on the heels of all these hurricanes, right? and
Yes.
Florida and Houston and dude. Well, there's what was the Venezuela in a massive fire, right?
Yes. Yes. Venezuela's on freaking fire too. So it's not just California that's on fire, but Venezuela's also on fire.
And then talk to me about who's fighting these fires, Michael.
So, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Aaron. You might be. We have the what is it? CDF, California Department of Fire or something, Forestry, California Department of Forestry, right next to California Institution for Men in Chino, and apparently they normally use model prisoners to fight fires. So, and they pay them $1 an hour. So actually, right now on our on the front lines, the front lines, as I repeat myself, we have women firefighters that are inmates. We have women fighting the fire that are actually inmates, getting paid $1 an hour. Okay, I don't give a fuck. That's just slavery. You might as well just not pay me
It
anything.
is slavery. Well,
That's
of course it is
just
slavery.
goddamn slavery.
Right. And here's the thing too, bro, is who was this officer that came out this week talking about like basically how upset he is that these people who are model inmates that we have to let them go because they do all the good stuff. They make all the stuff for us and they fight the fires for us. And so like he was bemoaning his having to let model inmates out of jail because they do all the work. It's so gross, man. That they can make these women go out and risk their fucking lives.
They die. Women will die out there, bro. It's happened.
For $1 a day. While we go out and thank firemen every day, which you should. I have deep, immense respect for the fire department. We talk a lot about how much I don't like cops on our show, but get it straight. I have a shit ton of respect for like EMTs and firefighters and legit first responders who devote their life to helping others straight up. But we don't, where's the love and respect and the hero worship for these prisoners, man?
Nobody knows about them.
Because there's a shit ton more of them out there than firefighters.
I mean, how many people are really aware that we've got inmates fighting fires out there, getting paid $1 an hour and basic slavery?
And then what they do at the end of the day is go back to a fucking 6x9 toilet.
Well, I don't know about that.
And no one thanks
From my
them.
understanding, they get a little bit better because they're the model inmates, so they don't go.
Well, most of them stay in prison camps. They're like minimum security camps they're working camps and stuff. So they're probably like in bunkhouse settings. It's actually probably what they're staying in.
Yes, that's exactly what this article said. Was that they stay in camps.
Yeah. And then when they get out, they're felons. Do you think they can fucking go out and become firefighters? They're gonna have
they've got to check the box.
They're gonna have a hell of a time just getting a job because they got to check the fucking box, man.
Anyway, check it out, man. I put the article on our Facebook page. The lady that wrote the article was on Democracy Now! Today, and I found it fascinating. I thought you would enjoy it, and I thought our listeners and followers would enjoy it as well. So check that out.